Alternate Draenor has played an important role in the story of WoW in recent years. It was there we first fought the Legion since the Burning Crusade. It was there that Garrosh met his destiny, and it was there that the Mag'har Orcs, one of the newest allies of the Horde, once resided. In the time that we were there, the fate of Draenor was heavily influenced by us. Without our influence and involvement, alternate Draenor would have been a small fragment of time destined to die off and remain a distant memory of the time the orcs drank the demon blood and invaded Azeroth. However, as Garrosh puts it,
times change.
And indeed, times did change. Not for us, of course, but for them, for this alternate time way. So, what does alternate Draenor look like today? Is it the same world we left, or is it completely different? Well, we get an answer, actually, by recruiting the Mag'har Orcs I mentioned earlier. As the Horde, when we arrive on Draenor once again, time in that reality has caught up with the time on Azeroth. No longer are we 30 years in the past. Garrosh Hellscream is old, Durotan has long perished in battle, and the ogres no longer pose a threat. We get an official confirmation of this time skip in a book titled Sermon of the High Exarch, which outlines much of what happened on Draenor after we departed. According to the sermon, it has been decades since the last Legion was driven from Draenor, and for that time and the small time after, the world was united. Orc and Draenei once stood side by side, but now, as of present day Draenor, all of that's changed. We read and hear of the Draenei turning their complete focus to the light without any remaining threats to deal with, and through their worship, they were contacted by the Naaru and told to keep Draenor united by converting the orcs to their beliefs. Of course, the orcs don't like being told what to think and what to do, so the Mag'har severed ties with the Draenei, sparking a holy war over the world of Draenor. As told in the sermon, many noble orcs have embraced the light. Garrosh Hellscream has been an example for his people to follow, yet sadly, even his own father resists the true path. I believe with all my heart that the Mag'har are destined to join us as servants of the light, but first, they must be taught to trust the Naaru as we do. And since decades have passed on Draenor, I can only assume the orcs and the Draenei have been at war for years, but the Mag'har have been losing. When the Horde arrives, the orcs have been seemingly forced into the wilds of Gorgron and only have small, few outposts across the various regions. The Draenei attack their camps on a regular basis, killing or converting more and more of the Mag'har until the crusade boils over into a last-ditch confrontation which leaves the Mag'har completely and utterly decimated outside for those who fled to our timeline. With how the Draenei did business on Draenor, I can imagine that if you didn't submit to the light, you were killed. So currently, as of the end of the Blood War in our time, we can safely assume the Mag'har that didn't depart were slaughtered or converted. A few holdouts might remain, but for all terms and purposes, the Lightbound have complete and total control over alternate Draenor. In a way, alternate Draenor almost directly parallels our world. In our timeline, once the Legion was defeated, we started killing each other. In their timeline, once the Legion was defeated, they started killing each other. The orcs of Azeroth wished to remain free. The orcs of Draenor wished to remain free. The Naaru here attempted to subjugate those they believed would be a requirement to the Army of the Light. The Naaru there attempted to subjugate those they believed would be a requirement to the Army of the Light. As you can see, Draenor and Azeroth share this odd connection, a connection that I don't think is done yet. You see, according to the High Exarch sermon, xe'ra was given a vision by the so-called Light Mother. She writes, "I know that one day the army of the light will march across the great dark beyond and bring order to countless troubled worlds. That bold future begins here, with us. We must make Draenor whole again." Judging by her words, it's possible that the next we see the Lightbound, they will be a part of the Army of the Light. Not the Lightforged we know, but the actual army of the light made up of every race under the sun. And if that's the case, it will confirm my suspicions that these Naru of alternate Draenor might actually just be the Naru of our time, and just like the Legion, they are able to transcend realities. Now, I could go into much more on this topic, but this video is on Draenor, so I'll save the Naru for another time. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns regarding this video, Warcraft, or its lore, you can leave them in the comment section down below, and I'll be sure to read each and every one of them. Thanks for watching.